Here we are with another Friday Night Live, March 1st, 2024, is it? I don't know. I can't keep track. It's crazy, crazy times. Salute. I hope everybody's doing amazing in these crazy times. We got some interesting stuff happening today. I just posted, what was the Chinese man runs marathon in 3.5 hours despite chain smoking for the entire 42 kilometers, and he's done it twice before. And then I looked it up, and it's actually true, and he was disqualified for smoking. So when people say, things are not possible, how does somebody be a chain smoker and run a marathon? You have to ask yourself, how does that happen? Well, it doesn't happen with the physicality. This is somebody that's able to tap into other realms because smoking's our lungs are not made for smoke. They're made for breathing. So you have to overcome all that physicality, the damage being done, the lack of oxygen, man. Can you imagine? And run a marathon. So yeah, interesting stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, what else was there today? Was the evolution of war, from rocks to spears to bow and arrow, to bullets to missiles to Crisco. You can put a needle there, whatever you want. Many, many facets of war that are out there. And, you know, start a business, $999. Too much money for most people. Buy a new iPhone, $999, not a problem. Won't even think about it. Buy healthy groceries, $100, too much money. Go out for dinner and dessert, $100, no big deal. Watch Netflix 2 hours, one more episode. Learn a new skill, 2 hours, no time. Life's about choices. Stop blaming lack of opportunity. So yeah, perspective, perspective of everything we do. But how's the mass fasting world happening? What's happening out there? Anybody out there? Is everybody in their deep sleep, deep fast, deep eating cycle? What are we all doing here? What are we all doing? That's marathon runner really, really interesting. I wonder what his lungs look like. It's chain smoker, not a regular smoker, chain smoker. So chain smokers are breathing more smoke than air. Have you ever seen a chain smoker? They light the next cigarette with the one they're finishing, and they continue most of the day doing that. They only light it, they only have to use their matches or lighter one time. That's a chain smoker. So I don't know how you can figure it out. Happen at the laugh of some sort. You know, it's not every day you see chain smokers running marathons. But I don't know if you guys ever watched hockey. I used to watch it growing up, and one of the great players from my time growing up was Guy Lafleur from Montreal Canadiens, and he was a chain smoker. I didn't know that till years later. I think he ended up dying of cancer, if I remember. I can't remember, but yeah, he was a chain smoker, Guy Lafleur. So when people are coming into MFS realm and they're smokers and they have many challenges. I never ever mention stop smoking. I'd say it'd be wise to stop smoking, but your body will tell you when doesn't want to smoke anymore, and that's what happens when you start diving deep into the fasting world. Your body will give you very strong signals. Like if you get a smoker a strong whiff of ozone, oh man, they're gonna be coughing like crazy. They're gonna be coughing a lot. Will not be fun for them. I can get the ozone and take a nice whiff out of it. And yeah, I can feel it a little bit sometimes, and sometimes, it's like fresh air. But I can't even imagine. I used to, growing up, most of all my friends smoked, and I couldn't stand it because every time we went out to eat and stuff, as soon as they finished eating, they light up their cigarettes, and then because there's addictive properties in it, it's almost like we were expecting them to light up their cigarettes to get that hit, that fix from the secondhand smoke. That's how addictive it is. You know, it's very interesting. Even though I couldn't stand it, it's it's got addictive properties. That's what they're designed to keep people addicted. It's a perfect business structure, right? You create your own business. It's diabolical. It's immoral, but it was just like many, many other, businesses have been created that way. The whole government system and et cetera, was based on all that garbage. But creating your own business, produce nothing for mankind, produce nothing to support your um, society, just live off other people, right? We call those parasites, right? Parasites have purposes. These people don't, as far as I'm concerned, anyway, in my opinion. When you see the stuff that's being pulled off by these people, if you want to call them people, it's absolutely diabolical what's been happening. It's all being revealed. All been revealed. So yeah, you want to live a fasting lifestyle, do you? You know, are you emotionally prepared for anything goes? Because you don't know what to expect. You can watch videos of other people, what they went through, and read. But until you take the plunge yourself and go through the experience, you're never going to know how you're going to react. Never. So, you know, some people go cuckoo. That's just a matter of fact. You know, we don't know their ancestral lineage of emotions. We don't know what environments they were exposed to and have been exposed to continuously for their life in this plane. We just don't know all that. There's infinite variables, and impossible to calculate. And every single one of us has infinite variables, different from each and every other person, every other man, woman, child. So, and the white jackets, they can say with their authority, their expertise, that they know what's going on. No, they don't have a clue. They can fix things mechanically in the body and play with the chemistry of the body without knowing the outcome, because that's what they're doing every time they prescribe something. They're playing with chemistry and sit back and what kind of reaction is going to come from that, because they have no clue when it's a different man, woman, or child that they introduce the chemicals into. There's absolutely no clue. You can ask chemists, pharmacists, and they'll tell you the same thing. They just don't know how an individual is going to react. Even though it's the same prescription, there's 10 other people, you get 10 different reactions. Look at the studies they do. You got all kinds of different side effects and stuff, because it's coming from many different people. Everybody reacts differently. The same bombardment of the same chemicals, right? Anyway, if anybody's out there got any questions, now is a good time. It's what was it? Another meme was a good one. Back in my day, people died non-suddenly. You know, it's a sick joke. It's crazy what's happening. Crazy. It's just started. We just begun. Just begun. Exactly how the prediction of all us, what they call conspiracy theorists, were saying is happening right in front of our eyes in approximately the same time frame that was suggested. And what's being done? You got psychotic killer war pigs on the loose. Nobody's stopping them. Interesting times, that's for sure. Anybody out there? Mm. Josephine, hi. Did you ever experience SIBO and did it come back? Can fruit make it worse? SIBO, what's that again? SIBO. Is that some kind of bacteria or something? I don't recall. I don't pay attention to all these big pharma names. Let's just have a quick look. Bacterial overgrowth. You're so many of us like to focus on all the list of diseases that have been fictionally created by the medical mafia. And what I can suggest is there's the road of imbalance and there's the road of balance. And they're the opposite directions. So choose one of those paths. Keep your faith in the divine creator and make it happen. Because when you move in the direction of balance, everything goes back to balance if you stay on that path. Right? Where's releases hydrogen sulfide, etc. Hydrogen sulfide. Yeah, they have sulfur. The, there's many sulfur-based big pharma drugs, right? And we're loaded with that stuff, you know. It's a super glue. The I think the DNA is held together through some type of sulfides, sulfur, sulfur, some kind of sulfur chemical that the body makes. It holds the DNA strands together. It's a super glue. And when we take it in through isolated forms of chemistry, through drugs or through car tires, we rubber into car tires. They use sulfites and whatever sulfur to hold the rubber together. So these cars are rolling around continuously, millions and millions of cars, and we're breathing that stuff in. So we're being hit with sulfite type chemicals in all directions. It's in many foods as preservatives. It's everywhere. Naturally occurring sulfur that's in plants is not an issue. It's the ones that are isolated, man-made. I got mine from E. coli probiotic. E. coli probiotic. They put that in there? All these man-made supplements that I don't think there's any that put us in the direction of balance. They can be used to assist in emergency situations, as I've discussed, because isolates seem the body reacts quicker to them because they're unrecognized by the body, so it can react quicker. So they can be used, you know, like vitamin C and you know, saline and and you know, many other things that they use, different vitamins. So, um, but I wouldn't myself suggest anybody use this stuff. They can get rid of all the vitamin and mineral market for all I care. It wouldn't make a difference in my life. We have God's herbs. We have the divine creator's herbs that are here to serve us. We call them the highly elevated beings, right? That are here to assist us in times of need. So why do we need man-made stuff that is only cause they only cause imbalances? Yeah, they sell it in Germany, a big live market for constipation. Yeah, that's the constipation supplements and stuff. They're always the number one sellers. We live in a constipation nation. Even though people are going regularly, having bowel movements every day, we're still constipated, which is hard to comprehend. Diarrhea is a form of constipation. It's the last resort for the body to try and move out all that stuck mucoid plaque, and it can't. So it's trying to purge as much as it possibly can. Some of the loose stuff will come out, but the stuff that's all jabbed into the cellular walls of the flora, it's not coming out. And the only way to get that out is fast it out. So they can sell, anything. They sell poisons and all kinds of stuff. Doesn't mean it's any good, right? So E. coli probiotic, my goodness. What will they think of next? Constipation. Yeah, it's not a fun place to be when you're constipated, that's for sure. We need to keep the bowels moving. A lot of people have problems with constipation, and women generally have much more than men. This must be the motherly nurturing aspect, the emotions of women. Because the baby holding on to the baby and stuff, they holding on to things. I don't know, but constipation is not fun. So we need to work at keeping those bowels moving. Now, when we're on liquid days, definitely we're doing colonics and or enemas all the time. When we're doing hybrid, we're also doing colonics on on all the days except the dry days, right? But if we're going for long periods of time doing hybrid, um, it's okay to take breaks from doing enemas and colonics while you're eating. But if you're really constipated, I would suggest to keep the bowels moving, and instead of holding the stuff in, we have the herbs, we have the bowel blaster and the other bowel formulas, the other 4 bowel formulas that we can use. So we need to assist. We don't use laxatives. All right, none of the herbs in the bowel blaster or bowel formulas are laxative. Cascara sagrada is one of the herbs, is a very wonderful herb that's been used traditionally for strengthening the bowels, the whole GI tract. It's not a laxative. So, you can also put some of that, get some of that and put in your tea, your kidney tea, if you like. What's the other one called? I'm trying to remember here. the name of that one. Yeah, cascada sagrada, buckthorn, buckthorn, licorice root if you don't have high blood pressure. You know, you can add these in your tea. Interesting about sulfur being like glue. It's not like not regular glue. It's super glue. It's sulfur is one of the isolated sulfides are one of the most difficult things to detox. We believe it's when you look in the iris of the eyes, it's that orangey brownish stuff. That's what we believe it is. Do we know 100%? But when you're detoxing, you get that eggy smell. You know it's sulfites coming out when it's coming out of you. You know, if it's coming out of your underarms or whatever, if you get that smell, then you know that you're breaking loose salt stored unnatural sulfur, which are isolates, and jump for joy. You can smell the urine, you can smell the stools. It's eggy smell. You know, evil, the smell of evil. Sulfur smell. So yeah. Keep the bowels moving. Some people have challenges when they break their fast, get the bowels moving. Fruit and more fruit, you know, soaked prunes, prune juice, black cherry for some people works. And get those bowels to keep moving. The herbs, of course, massaging, acupressure points. There's acupressure points. This is one, I don't know if you can see that spot there. You can work all the way through the whole inside of the thumb finger here area. Massage like the area of the colon with acupressure points. And you massage that on both hands. Massage your gut. You can do castor oil packs on your gut. And just do the whole gut and liver. Just get a nice big one and do a whole thing. But you gotta keep those bowels moving. What are you holding on to? Constipation, we're holding on. We don't want to let things go. So I get bleach smell when I eat watermelon. Bleach smell? That's interesting. Smell of sulfur is what I was saying. The bleach smell. Is it a sweet smell? That happens usually with people who are having pancreatic challenges. I don't know, bleach. Could be that you got some chemicals exposure and it's being released. Watermelons are, yeah, they help with water retention. All melons, like chlorine. Wow. So yeah, could be ammonia. If you're getting those smells, there's imbalances you got to work through, and keep purging it out, or not. Choice is always yours, of course. Choice is always yours of what we want to do and how we want to do it. The key is live it and love it. Keep your faith. Once you've done many, many fasts and breaking the fast over and over and over, and you're mentally have a map of what it feels like to break your fast over and over and over, and you don't go cuckoo after breaking your fast, then you can move up in the levels, and you can go into a 40 days level 7, right? It's because you have a better understanding and feeling of what it feels like to come out of it. But you got to be careful. Always breaking longer level 7s. You got to be very careful. You got to be prudent. Alrighty. Any last questions, or we can call it a night? I can only suggest to let go of the fictitious things and focus on living and loving it, and clean minimal eating, right? Just to keep the clean minimal eating when you're eating as best you possibly can. And all will be well. Jump for joy when you get the healing reactions. Use the tools to pull you through. Simple stuff. All right. So we will see you back on the page. Next call's Wednesday, Facebook Live. And send out a big plaque around the world for those in need. And see you back on the page. Ciao.